What's going down? I'm Donald Nelson with Supreme Confidence. You're listening to this week's episode of the In the Klutch podcast, focusing on the 2018-19 Milwaukee City Girls Conference basketball. What is the game of basketball or the game of life? You got to have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck. Stay woke or get out. Gold ball or bust. Gold ball or bust season, y'all. Who down? Listen to Apple Podcasts and Google Play Music and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review. Hit that bell button to get notifications of new episodes and when we go live on YouTube, on Facebook. It's important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at KITK. Coming up, we're going to talk about the week in the city and the week that we lost. I ain't did this in 2 weeks, though. The polar vortex got some of these games. We'll talk about that. Talk about notable games this week. Conference leaders of the week. Sources say. I got a lot for sources say. And the final WIAA seating projections going into tomorrow and Sunday seating meetings. Where do you think Coach Nelson got everybody at, y'all? Remember, at Confidence in the Klutch, we are feared more than loved, but never hated. Like always, we'll be bringing you quality content with strong opinions and facts. The confidence starts right now. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.
Yes. Friday night. Just came from a great game in the blue division. Go to my ear and Marshall. We'll get into that in a second. It was a great game, and I really enjoyed that game. I'm so proud of our next set of leaders, young ladies stepping in the coaching ranks. Denitra Lewis from Washington, nickname was Big Dookie, coaching that Go to My Ear. She did a phenomenal job. And my homegirl, Rachel Story, a.k.a. Killer Rach, did a phenomenal job as well. Both those young ladies really needs to be commended by all the old school coaches who either played against them, coached them or coached against them, because those girls are really doing great things with their teams. Of course, I'm biased because I coached Rachel at King, but I'm not biased to not recognize real and recognize game, and I appreciate everything Denitra's doing with those girls down there. So I want to salute both of those fine young ladies with the tremendous job they're both doing with their two programs at Go to My Ear and at Marshall. So if you want to go somewhere where you're going to get that real coaching, that D1 level coaching, that's probably where you need to go. These girls are experienced. They both played Division I basketball. They both were pillars of the city conference when they played. So they both was feared. So that translates into coaching. Not all players can do it, but they can do it, and I saw it tonight. So let's get into the show, y'all. Last week, that polar vortex, a lot of games got canceled due to the weather last week. Man, it was cold. So with that being said, I'm just talking about this week. The rankings. Week 11 WISP Sports rankings came out for Division I. King is still number 3 at 14-3. I really don't understand how they're 14-3 and rank number 3 in the state, but they ain't got no in-state losses. So I mean, why don't y'all go and play them teams and see what it do? But we know that ain't gonna happen. So the Journal Sentinel all area rankings, though, we have King number 1 at 13-3, and Washington at number 17 at 13-4. Now, I took all these stats and did everything on Tuesdays just now that I got to drop in the pod for y'all. You heard me? So, notable games that happened this week. The In the Klutch game of the week, I got 2 of them. Okay, the first one was on Tuesday with Vincent, 10-5, 6-3 in conference, traveling to Washington, 13-4, 7-2 in conference. This was a Player of the Year candidate game because we have Ariel Kirkwood at Vincent, and LeJunique Perry Ellis at Washington doing phenomenal jobs leading both teams. Washington won the game 59-55. Washington was led by Leja with 25. Kirkwood led Vincent with 19. Then, last night we had young MSL at 10-6, 4-6 in conference. They traveled to Washington. Washington was 13-4 then, or 14-4, I should say, 8-2 in conference. Washington won that game 65-63. Washington was led by Leja with 20, 3 rebounds and 6 assists. MSL was led by DD Rax with 15 points. And our other in the clutch game of the week was tonight. We had Go to My Ear at 9-5, 8-1 in conference, versus Marshall 11-4, 8-1 in conference. Go to My Ear's only loss was to Marshall by like 14 or 16, maybe. Marshall only conference loss was to Pulaski before Shatima McFarland went out. Marshall won the first meeting January 8th, 71-58. This will be for first place in the conference title. Coming from the game, Go to My Ear won. Back-to-back Blue Division champions, Go to My Ear. Congratulations to them. But Marshall will finish second. And last time I checked, last year Marshall won like 4 games. The year before that, I think they won like 3. So shout out to from the Nelson coaching tree. That's from my coaching tree, right? Rachel was up under me, was assistant coach last year. So from my coaching tree, got the head job at Marshall. Boom. Double-digit wins. Year 1. You want to be a star. You don't want your coach all dancing in the videos, all on the songs. Take them to Marshall Row. For my old cats, they know what that is. That's that Suge talk, yo. Take them to Marshall, man. Rachel gonna get your daughter right. Your little sister right. Because she got them girls right over there. They play hard as hell. I wish more girls in the gold division play that hard. They play hard. Get them on y'all radar. They're gonna be here. They're gonna be here. She's gonna make some noise with that group. She got a nice young group as well. Congratulations to Go to My Ear for pulling it out, though. They've been there before, you can tell. I just got off the phone with Rach because we was gonna do the interview, but I don't want to catch her on the L. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, "Yeah, they been there before, Coach." I said, "Yeah, they did. They had that composure. It is what it is." So, moving on. Our Week 7 conference leaders. Hold on, let me change up my track for y'all one time. For the one time, gotta get my music together. This will make Confidence in the Clutch what it is. So, let me get my beat. All right. Now, Week 7 conference leaders. Number 1 points, Ariel Kirkwood, 28 points. Number 2, LeJunique Perry Ellis at 23.1. And the leader, Colon Rodriguez from Vincent, 19.4. Rebounds. We got V. Mitchell from Hamilton, 11.9. And then we got Marshall Bolden in second with 10.4. And we got Soleil Johnson from Washington at 10.4. For assists, we got LeJunique averaging 6.9. We got Annalie Garcia, second, averaging 4.8. And we got Kay Clark averaging 4 assists. So, here's the shit. Here it comes. Sources say that players' stats suffer when you play weaker teams, right? When you play player stats suffer when you play weaker teams. Don't pull them out. I understand the city went to 8 teams. We used to have 5. That means teams have 14 non-conference games. When you schedule tough, you catch some L's. Because people don't want to play you because they know how good you are. So you can't get the middle of the road or the weaker teams. You know what I mean? The perceived weaker teams. You got to play the best of the best. And your record suffers because of that. Ask me. I know. So, always let them get their average. That's what I say. Sources say. Always let them get their average. Then you pull them. Don't worry about them getting hurt. If they don't get hurt, shit, they shouldn't be practicing. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about these girls getting hurt. Let them girls play. If they get hurt, it was destined for them to get hurt. You can't control when somebody get hurt. Most of the time you get hurt when you have fascinated and trying not to get hurt. Or extreme horseplay. So, remember, coaches, stats are important. Please keep all stats, not just points. It's real easy. Grab somebody. Grab one of their homies to keep the stats. Train one of your assistant coaches. Delegate. This separates others in our state from our girls from the accolades they receive. Please support your players. Sources say it's a shame that some teams will not make up these winter vortex games. Some of these teams ain't playing these games. This is an injustice. This will take away from the players' stats, their awards. This might knock somebody down that might be in first team all conference. They ain't got the stats. Might be they only get second team all conference. This is huge. It directly impacts their stats, which can lessen their chances for awards. Please, if y'all can reschedule these games. I know we got a week left before the playoffs, but they should. I know. Please, y'all, because it cheats the kids, right? We coach because we love the kids and we want to be there for them. So please don't cheat the kids and not play these games. The City Gold Division champion beef. Let me take y'all behind the curtain. King plays a certain amount of games, 2 less games than everybody else. King and Reagan didn't play this year. So because of that, other teams are wondering, can King claim the conference championship crown? It's a problem right now with other teams. So be on the lookout to see what goes on with that, because they might not be able to be conference champions because they have 2 less games. So then what's going to happen? They can't play each other now. It's too late. They can't pick up 2 extra games. They already got scheduled. So what's going to happen? But is it fair to the other teams to not have to play 2 other games? What about the other teams to say, well, we didn't want to play King either? This is a problem that was created, but it has to be fixed, and there has to be a solution to this problem. So I know a lot of parties involved, so I don't know which way they're going to lean and which way they're going to go, but this is a problem. And the rumblings I'm hearing, it's a real problem. And I'm sure the leadership will fix it, all right? So, let's jump into these seeding projections so I can get up out of here. For Division 1, Sectional 4, my final mock seeding projections, 3.0. We got King the 1 seed, McGuanago the 2 seed, Oak Creek at 3, DSHA at 4, Franklin at 5, Waukesha West at 6, West Dallas Hale 7, Muskego 8, Waukesha North 9, Riverside 10, Hamilton 11, Reagan 12, Waukesha South 13, Pulaski 14, Tech 15, Kettle Moraine 16, South Division 17, and West Alice Central 18. Division 2, Sectional 4. We got Whitefish Bay. That's the 1 seed. Washington, the 2. Pius, the 3. Tulsa East at 4. The Marshall Eagles at 5. Tulsa West at 6. Wisconsin Lutheran at 7. Shorewood at 8. 9 is North. 10 is Mesmer. 11 is Milwaukee Lutheran. That's what I'm looking at. No, I don't want to hear that. Just forget it. It's all good. Now, Division 2, Sectional 2. We got Beaver Dam the 1, Slinger the 2, Vincent the 3, West Bend West the 4, Grafton 5, Cedarburg 6, Nicolay 7, Plymouth 8, West Bend East 9, Kewaskum 10, Madison 11, Port Washington 12. Division 3, Sectional 4. Lake Country Lutheran 1, Kettle Moraine Lutheran 2, MSL 3, Brookfield Academy 4, University School 5, Godemeyer 6. I'm moving Godemeyer to the 5 now. After seeing them in action, Godemeyer is the 5. We're making Godemeyer the 5. We're making University School the 6. Brown Deer the 7 seed. Dominican the 8 seed. Carmel Northwest 9, Umbaba 10, St. Anthony 11, and Campbell Sport 12. And that's it, y'all. Good luck to everybody going to their seed meetings tomorrow. You know what I mean? I talked to a couple coaches. I love that coaches still call me and ask me my opinion. Shout out to everybody that allowed me to come in their practices. It's nothing but love. Good luck to everybody going into this tournament. Once the seedings come through, we're going to go back into the brackets. We're going to go deep into the brackets and talk about what's going on. We have player of the years to talk about. Was the city is going to get shaken up over this player of the year. We got first team all conferences. We got conference champions, and we got the whole playoff. I'm going through every bracket. We're going to bust it down and break down who's going to win the games. And then we're going to pick us a state champion. Here's what it is. So I love all supporters of the In the Klutch podcast on the Confidence in the Klutch Network. And what it does is to promote our girls in the city and all that they do. I had an interview for y'all. I ain't get to it yet. I had two. I had Killer H, but I said I ain't gonna put her on after the L. Then I got a player interview, so that's coming. It's a nice interview. It's an exclusive. Yeah, I ain't ready for this one. So yeah, just hold that though. And shout out to all the coaches tomorrow. Stand your ground. Have your allegiances come in there. Everybody has allegiances, friends, in the interconference, intra-conference. So therefore, let's go ahead and make it happen, man, and give us a great playoffs. That's all we want to see. So we out, y'all. Remember, whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, you got to have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Keep it a buck. Stay woke or get out. Gold ball or bust. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, and at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com. Subscribe, rate, and review. Hit that bell button to get notifications of new episodes. And when we go live on YouTube and Facebook, probably no more Facebook, though. We're strictly going to be on Twitter. It's important. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Klutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at KITK. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the Klutch.